drop 'em. One hook and I'll rock 'em. One more and I'll stop 'em. Call the fighter, I'll lock 'em. Up 'em. If he reach, then I'll pop 'em. Street sweeper, I'll wash 'em. Homicide, come and chalk 'em. Drop 'em. One hook and I'll rock 'em. One more and I'll stop 'em. Call the fighter, I'll lock 'em. Up 'em. The last topic we're going to discuss on Boxing Bros is, can Shakur be the best at 135? Now, as you realize, there are a lot of names there. There's like Devin Haney, Vasily Lomachenko. You know, there's names at 135. Gervonta Tank Davis and Shakur Stevenson missed weight. So he missed weight by 1.6 pounds. And he lost his 130-pound titles. It's looking like he's forced to move up. So the question we're asking is, can he be the best? Can he beat all those names? I'm going to turn it over to Trill Dollar Bill. What's your answer?
Can Shakur, I like him. I know that he wanted to stay at 130 for another 2 fights, you know. But I guess his body wouldn't allow it, you know. Same thing, I guess, happened with Teofimo Lopez as well, you know. Feel like he couldn't make that weight no more, that 135. And Shakur's body won't allow him to make the 130. Here's the thing. At 135, that is the talent division right now. And there's some monsters. I think he beats everybody at 135. I think there's just 3 guys that I'm wary about. You know, the top guy is Devin. Well, I think he beats everybody at 135 except for these 3 guys. Excuse me, let me word it right. I think these guys give him trouble. I think Devin, too big, too long of a reach in that boxing style. I think Devin wins on points and he got him. I think the power edge will go with Tank. Because Tank in that division, I think Tank got him as far as the power goes, you know. The fight that I want to see, I would like to see him and Lomachenko. I would like to see that fight. But I still think the experience from Lomachenko will prevail. But I think that Shakur Stevenson, don't rush him. Because I think Devin, after these 2 fights at 135, I see Devin moving to 140. You know, so I don't see them meeting at 135. The same with Tank. Maybe they can make that, but that's a later fight to make a big pay-per-view. But the Lomachenko fight, that can happen because they both on the same side of the street. And I think that would be a tough fight for Shakur, but that would also be a good fight just to see, you know. Technically, that's a good fight that I would want to see. But as far as 135, I think give him some time. Give him 2 or 3 fights to get acclimated at the weight at 135. Put him up against with some top contenders. You even have a Richard Comey up there to test him before you put him in the likes with the top 3 guys in that division, which I think are Devin Haney, Lomachenko, and Gervonta Tank Davis. You know, before you put him in there with those 3. Give him some other fights so he can get his body used to being at that weight. But I think that he's going to be a star and he's going to be a champion in that weight division. I just don't think that he gets the chance to fight a Devin. I think Devin goes to 140 before they even talk
you
about
thinking like me. Like, that's what I was thinking.
Go ahead, get in there, G.
Oh, nah. For one, I like Shakur a lot. So, and, you know, I also like Devin Haney a lot. But unfortunately, we'll never see those 2 fight each other because we all know Devin Haney's going to go up to 140 soon. So Shakur comes to 135, Devin's going to move up, you know. So then now it's, do I see Shakur beating Tank, Lomachenko, Ryan Garcia? Who else? Like, those are like the real names of note at 135. And yeah, I think, honestly, I think he'll beat all of those guys, man. You know, like, the kid's fast, man. Like, he has good timing, good speed, boxing IQ. Like, I don't know. Like, he's like, he hasn't even made it to his like adult body yet. So, like, these guys gonna be in trouble, man. You know, like, and these are all gonna be great fights. You know, like if Ryan takes that fight, kudos to Ryan, but I don't see Ryan taking that fight. I see Lomachenko taking the fight, but I honestly think Loma's gonna lose. You know, now Shakur and Tank, that one to me is like probably the toughest fight to call. To me, I think it's like 50. I won't even say 50-50. I'm gonna say 60-40. But I don't want to give my pick yet, you know. But like that fight, both guys like they have strengths that could shine against the other person. But again, you know, it really depends on which Tank shows up, to keep it 100, man. But Shakur has a bright future at 135. You know, like he pretty much could dictate his terms at 135. So, and I think it'll be a comfortable way for him, you know, like for not for long though. Like I think 135 gonna be a quick stop for him. Maybe max he'll stay there for like a year, and then he's gonna move up to 140. You know, like. But I think Shakur should just chase after the big fights, man. Nobody really wants to see him just like fight nobodies and stuff. If he goes to 135, he should demand from Bob, give me the big name. Like I'm here for the big names. You know what I mean?
You gonna do Richie Coleman?
I don't want to see that, man. Like I'm be honest, if he gets another, if Shakur gets a Richard Coleman, that fight's gonna happen on a Friday night. You know what I'm saying? Like he needs a name that's gonna at least get him Saturday night status, man. Like it's at least be like, yo, let me get under Big Baby Anderson or something. Like, you know what I mean? Like, let me get under his card. Let me be a co-main or something. Like, don't give me like a co-main or what's his name? The one that Devin beat, the Latino dude. I can't even remember his name right now. But do got nice
Jojo Diaz?
No, but that one too.
Joseph Diaz?
Nah, the other one before that. Linares, you know what I'm saying? Don't give me no
Venezuela
Linares just to keep him busy. You know what I'm saying? Like a tune-up fight. Nobody want to see that, man. We want to see the big fights, man. So get Shakur in there with the big names and make this guy a real legitimate star. You know, like he has a skill set. They just not feeding him, man. Like I don't know, man. I want to see much more from that young man.
TBE, Professor Nate.
Yes, gentlemen. Shakur Stevens, very talented fighter, and moving up to 135, there's a lot of dogs in that division. But like everybody said, in the top three are Devin Haney, Gervonta, and Vasily. And I think those three tough fights for Shakur. Those are no joke in the division. But I know you said Haney's not gonna be there longer, but I think that would be not the easiest, but that would be a fight. That would be the lesser of the other two evils, because I feel like Tank is just Tank is a monster, man. I don't know. Power. Tank, I don't know if he could go blow for blow with Tank. I don't know. I just think Tank. I just think at his age he's not ready for a fighter like Tank. And Vasily's a tactician. I feel like Vasily does have his slip ups where he loses a fight, or he warms up to opponent, and that may be a step up for Shakur fighting him. But Vasily, since he's came back, he's been on a terror, and I just don't like even though that'd be an exciting fight for Shakur, that should be like something that we see towards the end of 2023. I would like to see him fight Vasily, but not right now. Like let him get like a Javier Fortuna, let him get Jojo White or something, and then you get the big fish. But you know, Haney, I think Haney is the easier out of all of it, because it's boxing. They're gonna be boxing, but Tank, I don't know. Tank is a monster. I don't know, not the like fan service Tank. I just feel like Tank is a tougher opponent than most people give him credit for, and Vasily is just the assassin. Like he's just like he's different. But yeah.
Oh, you really? Man, that was whatever. I don't care.
you know how he feel about Tank. Tank's second to.
I'm not even mad about the Tank. It's more about what he's talking about Loma. Like you have no respect for Haney, bro. I'm like, damn.
Nah, you got respect for Haney. Haney is not gonna go in there to knock him out. They're gonna box. It's gonna be a tactical. Like it's gonna be. You know how Haney is. He's more of a defensive fighter. So Shakur in himself too. So it's gonna be more. They're gonna win off either it's gonna be a split or it's gonna be or a draw.
So you think if Vasily fights Shakur, then Shakur will lose by what, knockout?
No. I'm saying, but I'm just saying Vasily is like on the road to like redemption. Like right now, he got that chip on his shoulder and he's trying to prove it. I'm just saying, towards a later year, 2023, I would like to see Vasily. They got to set up Vasily versus Shakur Stevenson. They have to. That's like that's the big money fight right there in this division right here.
I mean, that's the fight that Shakur wants.
Yeah,
that's the one he's been begging for. Is the Lomachenko fight.
Look, can he be the best? He has the opportunity to be. I feel like he was the best at 130, and he hasn't really been in a competitive fight. All his fights look the same to me, and all his fights, like, I'm not saying this to be disrespectful because I think he's a really talented fighter, and like by the time the 9th round rolls around, my body shuts down. I'm already ready to go to sleep. I just know the whole fight is gonna look the same. Like, it's just like Shakur's whole career is like, just watch one round and you've seen every round of his career. That's just the way it is. It's really no knock on him. I think the excitement from Shakur is going to be when he faces a fighter where people really feel like that fighter has a threat to land a shot to hurt him. Kind of like when he fought Valdez. That fight was more entertaining than his other fights because we know what Valdez is. We've seen what Valdez has been like against other opponents. So we want to see, can Shakur tame him the way he tames everyone else? And so Shakur was able to do that with Valdez. And I think at 135, if he's going to fight Ryan Garcia, I think he'd beat Ryan Garcia easy. If he fought Tank, I honestly think he would beat Tank because Tank is shorter and Tank gets outboxed. If you look at like Rolly had success with controlling distance, and Shakur is just the master at controlling distance. So I feel like he would outbox Tank. There's always going to be a threat that Tank can knock him out, but I think that's what would make that fight interesting, to see if he can control distance against Tank and keep Tank from getting on the inside. Vasily Lomachenko, I think, would be a tactical fight. I think that fight's a 50-50 fight so far. I have to see how Vasily looks in his next outing to see he still got it. He still has the reflexes. He still has the speed. If Vasily slips up a little bit, Shakur is going to beat him. But if he's still Vasily that we know, that's going to be a pick'em fight. In Shakur Stevenson versus Devin, I think that Devin's actually the harder fight. I think Ned said that Devin's the easier fight. I don't know how. He's taller, longer reach, higher boxing IQ.
Just as his athleticism.
Yeah. Like, I don't see how that's the easier fight, but I could be wrong. But I think that
Shakur,
you said what?
Nah, just Ned's wrong. You know what I mean?
Shakur's made a career out of outpointing his opponents, and I think Devin will be the hardest opponent for him to outpoint. Even harder than Vasily Lomachenko. So, but I think the Matrix Man, Vasily Lomachenko, I feel like Vasily, he has more power than Devin. And I've seen Vasily like really hurt fighters, and he doesn't really go for the kill that much. To be honest with you, Usyk doesn't go for the kill that much. I don't think the Ukrainian fighters, at least these Ukrainian fighters, Usyk and Vasily, really care about knocking you out. They just want to hit you hard enough to know you come running in here, you something coming back at you. You know what I mean? So
how Loma is. Loma be begging the refs to stop the fights, man. He be hurting the dude, and he calmed down like, I don't want to do this no more. Yo, ref, please. I'm like, what? You know what I mean? Take his head off, son. You know what I mean?
Hey, man, my man Loma was feeling merciful that night, but maybe he won't if he's fighting Shakur. So you never know. But when all is said and done, man, I think he's a good addition to 135. And I wish they would start fighting each other so we can see who's the best. Devin, like you said, I agree. He's probably going to leave the division soon. I think he'd stick around for a fight with Tank, for a fight with Ryan Garcia. I don't know if he's sticking around for a fight with Shakur Stevenson. You brought it up, G. He's fighting on Fridays. Like, he's not going to generate much. So,
and they got a brotherhood. They're friends. You know what I'm saying? They done came up.
I don't think that brotherhood mattered to either of them, bro. They will do it if the money's there. You know what I'm saying?
If the money's right, they ain't gonna pay them right.
It's not a Joseph Parker Tyson Fury situation.
We should see. Let us know how you feel in the comments section. Please like and subscribe. Check us out on Instagram and Twitter. And please check out our podcast on all major streaming services. The Brothers album out now on all streaming services. I'm Tro Dollar Bill. That's Chef Boy RD. That's the Professor TBE. And that's Kaden. You know who we are. We are the Boxing Bros. Thank you for rocking with us. You know we appreciate you.